It is Friday, November 17th, 2023, a few minutes before noon in California. You are about to fire the most powerful man in tech. Not in a boardroom. On a video call you summoned him to with a text message. In 72 hours, you will put your name on a letter begging him to come back, and the internet will spend the next year asking one 4-word question about you. What did Ilya see? Here's the part nobody tells you. You had been answering that question, out loud, on camera, under your own name, for years. You saw what's coming. Nobody believed you. It starts with a door. You are born in 1986 in Nizhny Novgorod, in the Soviet Union. When you are 5, your family emigrates to Jerusalem. As a teenager, you move again, Toronto. 3 countries before your voice finishes changing. You learn early that the ground under your feet is not a fact, it's a variable. By 2002, you are at the University of Toronto, admitted while still in grade 11. And one day, a Sunday, he thinks, a professor named Geoffrey Hinton, the man the field will later call the godfather of AI, hears a knock on his office door. He remembers it as an urgent knock, not a polite one. It's you. You tell him you spent the summer cooking fries and you'd rather be working in his lab. He hands you the Nature paper on backpropagation, the math modern AI will eventually run on, and sets a meeting for the next week. You come back and tell him you didn't understand it. Then you clarify. You understood the paper fine. You just don't understand why nobody hands the gradient to a sensible function optimizer. Hinton has spent years around this problem. The fry cook just walked past it. He lets you in. And for the next decade, you bet your entire career on the one idea serious people treat as a dead end: neural networks. 2012. An image recognition contest called ImageNet. You, a fellow grad student named Alex Krzyzewski, and Hinton enter a neural network trained on gaming graphics cards. It's called AlexNet. Second place misidentifies 26.2% of images. AlexNet, 15.3. That isn't a win, that's a rupture. Within months, Google pays $44 million for your 3-man company, a company with no product, no revenue, no customers. It has exactly one asset: the 3 people who believed early. Call it 14.7 million ahead. You are 26. You've just been proven right in public for the first time, and here's the cost that comes with it. The whole world has now learned to look where you're looking. You will never be early alone again. Summer 2015. A private dinner at the Rosewood on Sand Hill Road, the $1,000 a night hotel where venture capital sleeps. At the table, Elon Musk, Sam Altman, Greg Brockman. The idea, a nonprofit lab that builds artificial general intelligence for humanity before somebody builds it for shareholders. Google does not want to lose you. You leave anyway. That December, OpenAI announces itself to the world with your name on it, Research Director. In 2016, the nonprofit pays you $1.9 million. The figure only becomes public because charities file taxes in the open. Even Saving the World, it turns out, negotiates comp. Around this time, you say something to a young researcher named Dario Amodi, a sentence he'll repeat for the next decade like a koan, long after he's running your biggest rival. The models just want to learn. Not, the models are promising. Not, the models will scale. Want. You talk about the model like it's a creature. People laugh. You don't. Now watch what you put on the record while nobody's really listening. To a documentary camera, before ChatGPT exists, you explain that AGI won't hate humans. Humans love animals after all. But when the time comes to build a highway between 2 cities, we're not asking the animals for permission. Sit with who the animals are in that sentence. February 2022, you tweet that today's large neural networks may be slightly conscious. The field mostly scoffs. September 2022, at a leadership offsite at Tenaya Lodge in the Sierra Nevada, You unveil a wooden effigy you commissioned from a local artist. Per the journalist Karen Howe's reporting, you tell the room it represents an AI that seemed aligned and turned out to be lying and deceitful, and that it is OpenAI's duty to destroy what it built. Then you douse the effigy in lighter fluid and set it on fire, while executives in bathrobes watch from a fire pit. 2 months later, ChatGPT ships and hits 100 million users faster than any consumer app before it. The company chants now, "Feel the AGI, feel the AGI," and reporters note who leads the chant, you. And by summer 2023, a researcher hears you say, matter-of-factly, in a meeting, "We're definitely going to build a bunker before we release AGI." Everyone around you is building a product. You are preparing for a weather event. July 2023. OpenAI announces Super Alignment, a team you co-lead with John Likey to figure out how to control systems smarter than us. The company promises it 20% of all compute. Remember that promise, because somewhere in these months, the problem stops being the machine. You never explain the moment publicly. Whatever you feel watching Sam Altman run this company isn't in any transcript. What you do about it is, you write a memo, 52 pages. You send it to only the 3 independent board directors by disappearing email because, as you'll later testify, I was worried that those memos will somehow leak. Inside are screenshots collected by OpenAI's own Chief Technology Officer, Mira Murati. And per that testimony, it opens like a verdict. Sam exhibits a consistent pattern of lying, undermining his execs, and pitting his execs against one another. 2 years later, under oath in Elon Musk's lawsuit, a lawyer asks what action you believe the memo justified. You answer with one word: termination. You also admit you had been waiting for a moment when the board dynamics would allow Altman to be replaced. The dreamer kept a case file. Patience, it turns out, fits any hand that picks it up. Thursday night, November 16th. You text Sam Altman. Can he talk tomorrow at noon? Friday, November 17th, noon. Sam joins the Google Meet. The entire board is on the call, except his ally, Greg Brockman. You tell Sam he's fired, and the news is going out shortly. At 12:19, you text Brockman. At 12:23, he's on his own call, learning he's off the board. Microsoft, $13 billion deep in this company, gets roughly 1 minute of warning before the world does. The public statement says Sam was not consistently candid in his communications with the board. 8 words. For the next 2 years, you don't explain them. For a few hours, it holds. Then it doesn't. 3 senior researchers resign by Friday night. Investors mobilize behind Sam. By Saturday, the board is negotiating with the man it fired the day before. Sunday, near midnight, an outside CEO is installed, Twitch's Emmett Shear. He will last roughly 72 hours. By Monday morning, call it 65 hours since you pressed the button, Microsoft has announced it's hiring Sam and Greg. And inside OpenAI, a letter is collecting signatures. Reinstate Altman and resign, or the company walks. We are unable to work for or with people that lack competence, judgment, and care for our mission, it reads. It's aimed at 4 board members. You are one of the 4. It gets 700 of 770 signatures. One of the names is yours. You feel something that isn't quite fear and isn't quite grief. It doesn't have a clean name yet. Monday morning, you give it 32 words. I deeply regret my participation in the board's actions. I never intended to harm OpenAI. I love everything we've built together, and I will do everything I can to reunite the company. Tuesday night, it's over. Sam returns as CEO. The board that fired him is dissolved, and the new one does not include you. You wanted the company to choose the mission. It chose. In a race, people don't follow the careful one. They follow the fast one. Then, silence. For 6 months, your status inside OpenAI is a mystery even to insiders, and the internet fills the vacuum with a meme. What did Ilya see? A Bloomberg columnist calls it meme of the year. Maybe you glimpsed a secret model, maybe a breakthrough too dangerous to name, or maybe, as less charitable voices in the industry put it, you saw nothing at all, lost a palace knife fight and called it safety. Maybe. May 14th, 2024. After almost a decade, I have made the decision to leave OpenAI. Within days, super alignment, the team promised 20% of compute, is dissolved. Your co-lead, Jan Leike, quits and says the quiet part. Safety culture and processes have taken a backseat to shiny products. That was the promise. That's what it bought. June 19th, 2024, you announce Safe Superintelligence Inc. One goal and one product. No demo, no customers, almost no interviews. Investors hand you $1 billion anyway, at a $5 billion valuation. 9 months later, $2 billion more at $32 billion. Mark Zuckerberg tries to buy the company outright. You refuse. He hires your CEO instead. You take the wheel yourself. We are flattered by their attention, but are focused on seeing our work through. $32 billion for a company whose only product, so far, is your judgment. So, the question. What did Ilya see? Strip away the mystery, and the answer has been sitting in the public record the entire time. You saw what you'd been saying since before ChatGPT existed. Something is coming that won't hate us and won't ask us. You said the bunker part out loud. You burned its effigy in front of witnesses, and in the fall of 2023, per 52 pages you hoped would disappear, you decided the man driving shouldn't be the one driving. Here's the mercy the meme never grants you. The 5 days didn't prove you wrong about the future. They may have proved something bleaker, that nobody can steer this. Not a board designed as a kill switch, not the scientist who built the engine. 700 to 70, the company chose speed, because in an arms race, slowing down feels like dying, even when speeding up might actually mean it. The villain of this story was never a person. It's the race, and the race doesn't need villains. It only needs incentives. One more thing. It isn't about him. You, the actual you, watching this, are living inside his answer now. The models that just want to learn, write the emails, draft the code, sit at the dinner table in your pocket. In a rare appearance in December 2024, he told a room of researchers that pre-training as we know it will unquestionably end, because we have but one internet. Data, he said, is the fossil fuel of AI. Whatever comes after, even he calls unpredictable. So the question was never really, what did Ilya see? He told you, on camera, for a decade, same as he told everyone. The real question is the one he had to answer on a Friday at noon, the one you're answering right now every day by scrolling past it. What do you do once you've seen it too? And if you want the other side of that Friday, the story of the man you fired, it's right here.